What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of college basketball's first half. Here we are. We've got two games already underway here, and I apologize. I am I'm really into this score here on this Detroit Boston College game. I'm friggin' flabbergasted, man. I can't believe it. I was looking at this game with 6 minutes left. I'm like, shit, this shit's going over. Live total was 154. And these guys scored 2 points. 2 points in the last 4 minutes. Fucking right, man. Cash that shit. Cash that shit. Well, just zip it. This shit could go to overtime, and that would fucking screw me. Screw us. Or whoever else jumped in on this with me. 64-61 with a minute 57 left. Man, I am talking about the Boston College Detroit game. Man, this graphic behind me is really pixely. I don't like it, man. That's what I get for not paying attention and getting everything prepared before the show. But anyway, I don't have any banners today, man. I've been so focused in on this game that's going on that I didn't set everything up. So I apologize about that. But the first game we're going to talk about is the Air Force Delaware game. That line's actually moved against me. I got it at 1.5 last night, and it's now at 1. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, man. Nobody knows anything about this Delaware team, And, we saw last night that the Colonial can compete with big teams. I mean, we saw UNC Wilmington, play a real close game with the Tar Heels. And that's another game that I've got on my card tonight. The Tar Heels have another game against the Colonial, against Charlotte. So, I think they'll be a little bit more prepared today. I think they might have took UNC Wilmington maybe a little lightly. I mean, I don't see how you could. It's an in-state rival. I mean, not really for North Carolina, but for North Carolina Wilmington it is. So, I mean, if you're a Tar Heel, how can you not see that? So, anyway, back to this game. Air Force here. Air Force and Delaware. Delaware lost a big piece in the offseason, and this one broke my heart because last year my daughter and I went to a Delaware game in Drexel, and Dylan Painter was Delaware's big guy last year. He was their main guy, and he had gone out, got hurt, and gone out, and kid comes in, number 21, Andrew Carr. And my daughter and I are looking at each other like, this kid looks lost out there. And this is at the beginning of conference play, so last January. Flip the page forward to the end of February, conference tournament time, beginning of March, and Dylan Painter was out again. And Andrew Carr, it was like a light switched, and this kid was just a beast. So come the end of the season in April, he announces he's going into the transfer portal, and he ships off to Wake. That's a hell of a pickup for Wake Forest, and one of the reasons why I took him today, because Andrew Carr is a baller, and I mean he's a junior, and to just show you how much of a baller he is, he was elected captain of the team. Transfers in right away, he's a captain of the team. So it just shows you what kind of player he is. Let's take a look at the chat here, see what's going on. What's up, Tori Coker, my guy? Sorry, bro, I didn't see your DM till just about an hour ago, but I did post the under for the Detroit and Boston College game, and so hopefully you were able to see that and get on it. Man, Stoney, my guy. DJ Big Boss, what's good, bro? Can't wait to get you up in here, bro. Yeah, I do know the Colonial, man. I'm not as well as you're in the Mac West, but it is what it is, and hopefully we can get you on screen here once you're back up to speed, bro. Looking forward to that. Sharing a screen and breaking down some college basketball with you. Um, all right, so back to this Delaware game. Delaware does have returning. They've got a lot of returning pieces, and one of them last year. Everybody probably knows if you watch Delaware in a tournament, you got Jameer Nelson Jr. His pop played in the NBA for Orlando, Cleveland, so forth. Was a standout at St. Joe's. His son is just as good, if not better, in my opinion. Watching them live, I watched them both live in college, so um, I think his son's pretty damn good. And the other thing that Delaware has is the return of Ebi Asamoah. He's a good 3-point shooter behind the line. And they also have I can't remember the kid's name right now. I'm trying to think of it. He was he was a rookie. I think the rookie of the year for the CAA. Jair Davis. He's a baller. So they have the returning star power with this team, um, to be able to score points and get around the Air Force defense. And it is kind of funny, Big Boss. You got the Colonial going up against the your Mountain West here, bro. So, but the only thing that I'm really shaky on here with Delaware is them filling the piece with filling the pieces that are left open by Dylan Painter graduating and Andrew Carr transferring. But I do think that Delaware can dispatch of this Air Force team and move to 2-0. They played a game the other day, Monday, I believe it was, and but I mean, who they played was just this little itty bitty school who's more known for baseball than they are anything else. But Delaware did dispatch them pretty easily, pretty handily. It's the University of Wilmington in Delaware, and I would have liked the score to have been a little bit higher, but it is what it is. They won 78-54, but this Air Force team, they're coming off of a loss to Bowling Green, and I have questions about how good this Bowling Green team is. To be honest with you. It wasn't any blowout or anything. It was a close game. But bottom line is, man, I'm on Delaware minus the 1.5. I like the -1. Like them first half. I only took them full game though. To be honest with you, I only took them full game, just because I didn't want to double up on this one. I may be a little biased on this play just because I do watch Delaware a lot, and I am partial to the Colonial just because I know every team in that Colonial division. Excuse me. What's up, JPZ, my guy? Good call on that Maz last night. I got my ass handed to me. I need to make some money back today, and we're going to do that. So give me 1 second here while I take a look and make sure this game isn't going into overtime, man, because that's going to really fuck me. They're at 131 now. I've got 9.5 points. 9.5 points in 38 seconds. Hopefully they don't get that, because I've got a couple units on this one. So anyway, to the next game on my schedule, on my card, I should say. And I got a couple more games than I put on that I posted on Twitter, and I'll go over them with you if you want to go. I was trying to use BetStamp, and I've had real problems with this, man, because I want to. It'd be a lot easier than me just scanning tickets and tracking my own plays, and it'd be that you guys can see what I'm doing. So, but BetStamp, in the WNBA, I texted them. I mean, I emailed them, and they didn't have first quarters, first halves. They told me they'd put it in, but I could never get on the same page with them. And then today, or so far this college basketball season, I try to use BetStamp, and it's not showing any lines for me. So I kind of abandoned them and went back to Action. And I only used Action for a couple months a few years ago, just because I didn't like how, people could change their picks like mid game or after the game was over. I think that's bullshit, man. You can't really trust what the hell's going on. I like that. I like that week, big boss. I'm on that week. Already grabbed that one today. So anyway, I put my plays in on Action. Actually, I forgot to put that week in there, to be honest with you. But I believe I did put it on Twitter. Just let me double check. Because I did take it last night. Did I even post my plays last night? Hold on, man. I could have swore I posted all my plays last night. No, I didn't post week. Wow. I posted it in a chat. So my apologies. Anyway, I'm on week first half, and I got the -3.5 the big balls got. So just to let everybody know. But anyway, back to the action. Let me just read off my plays to you. I've got Connecticut first half -10.5. This UConn team's a good team, and they're playing the Boston University team. I believe Boston University's in the American. They're not a bad team, but I really expect this UConn team with the transfers that they've gotten in to just really. I like them to roll through non-conference. I really do. I would be surprised if they catch an L, and if they do, it'll probably be during one of these holiday tournaments. But I took them -10.5 in the first half. So there you go. And these are all 1 unit plays. Everything I play is 1 unit. I'll specify if it's less than. But I really like the Connecticut. Took them first half in full game the other day. I've really shit the bed this week. Not really. I shit the bed posting on Twitter. But as far as like the plays that I played, I don't know why I didn't post them, but I'm not doing too bad. I got a winning record, got money coming in, but we're just a little bit above 500 on the Twitter record. And somebody called me out last night, and I apologize if anybody saw that. I didn't grade my Notre Dame plays from yesterday when I posted my record, and somebody called me out at 3 a.m, and I didn't realize I didn't do that. So my apologies. Wasn't me trying to pull wool over people's eyes. Anyway, okay, so that's my second play. Actually, my third play today, because I do have that under in the Boston College Detroit Mercy game. So my fourth play for today is Houston first half. I'm going to keep rolling Houston first half. I got them at -12.5 until they show me they're not going to do it, because I've got Marcus Sasser as player of the year plus 1,200. That dude is, bar none, I think, the best guard in basketball. He's a pure scorer. When he's off the court, you can, this Houston team, you can tell. You can tell when he's off the court. What's up, Nasty Nate, my guy? What's good, bro? Appreciate you being here. So yeah, just on the Marcus Sasser factor, man, I'm going to roll Houston first half until they lose, and they're playing a St. Joe's team, which I thought to myself, this is St. Joe's team. They're a tough team, especially at McGonigal Hall in on the main line in Philly. But I just don't. They don't have anybody that's going to be able to match up with the Houston bigs and especially Marcus Sasser. They don't have anybody that can keep up with the speed and the size of Houston. So I thought this line was kind of small. It scared me a little bit. I thought it'd be in the 30s, to be honest with you. So that's where I stand on that. Next one, we're going to the good ship Lollipop, the Veterans Day game between Michigan State and Gonzaga. I took Gonzaga first half. Michigan State's got a lot of new pieces in there. Izzo's going to have them ready to play this game, and but the difference is going to be Timmy. If Timmy balls out, Michigan State has nobody to stop him. If he's hitting his shot and he's just being that presence inside that he was last year, Gonzaga runs away with this game, and I think the line scares me a little bit because I think it's kind of short. It's another game that I think the line is short. I didn't take Gonzaga full game, although I do think they cover full game, but I did take them first half -6. I think it's at 6.5 now. You may want to jump on that because I think that will probably hit sevens, 7.5. That game tips off in about 3 hours. So just to let you know that. Next game up is George Mason. I took them first half minus 4.5. They're playing a Longwood team that, in all honesty, they shouldn't even really be on the court with George Mason. I mean, George Mason is nothing special. Don't get me wrong, but they're it's just an undermanned Longwood team. Sorry, I'm just keep checking the score because I really don't want this to get overtime. It looks like Boston College is going to win this game 69-66. 2 seconds left. And they're on the free throw line 70-66. Boston College is going to get the W. Sorry, Mad Stoney there. Did you take Detroit, bro? Detroit plus 5.5. You may get that. You're going to get that, bro. So good call on that. All right, back to this George Mason game. Let me just pull it up here so I can actually act like I know what I'm talking about. There it is. All right, so you got Longwood coming out of the big South. They ended up losing their first game to Alabama. And they actually didn't. I had Alabama first half, and I lost the bet in this game. But I think that was more or less Alabama not playing up to their potential than Longwood being a good team that's going to stick with them. So, and George Mason, they lost to Auburn. They lost by 18 points to it's a good Auburn team. They're ranked 15th in the country. Definitely give them a lot more street cred than Alabama. That's for damn sure. And this George Mason team, I don't want to say they have any ballers, but they have some returning players, and they're a solid team out of the A10. And I expect them, come tournament time to, I don't want to say to win the A10, but they'll be in the mix. And I just like them. I like them first half, 4.5. I don't really have any stats to really read off to you and this and that because we're only going on 2 games. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to sit here and run off all these stats from last year because they don't mean shit. They really don't. So, I'm not that guy. All right, so let's move on to the next game that I'm on. So far I have the under 140 in Detroit, Boston College, what looks like it's a hitter. Delaware -1.5, and Air Force, Connecticut, UConn -10.5 first half. Houston -12.5 first half. Gonzaga -6 first half. Like I said, these are all 1 unit plays. GMU though, the George Mason one, that one is only a half unit. I only played that for a half unit. The next game I have up is Bryant. Bryant's a team that I like to play first half. They lost their star player, yes, pun intended. Star graduated, so he's no longer there. But he was a baller, but at the same time, he was also somebody that could bring that team down just by his cockiness and his arrogance and the way that he played and just throw it in other people's faces and stuff. So, they're other than Star leaving, Peter Star, they're a good team still, and I like them first half. And I've actually played this game for a unit, and I'm getting a point. So at plus 100. So I took them plus the point. They're playing Dartmouth, Ivy League team. I think Bryant, if Bryant can control the pace of this game, I think they could run away from Dartmouth, to be honest with you. And then the next game that I have, I'm playing another Colonial team, which I cast money line the last game, and that's Hofstra. Hofstra's a good team out of New York. It's where Jay Wright started his career at, and they're playing Rick Pitino's Iona. That's the only thing I don't know. The only thing that scares me is it's Rick Pitino going against Rick Pitino. But this Hofstra team's returning a lot of players. You know, they they finished sixth in the Colonial, but the Colonial was pretty stacked last year, and I expect them to be in the top three this season in the Colonial. They ended up beating Princeton as a dog on Monday, and they're going into today's game against Dartmouth as a dog, and I don't expect anything but a win out of them. I think they go to 2-0. Their next game up is after that is George Washington. So I if they don't come and go into if they don't go 2-0 tonight, I'll be surprised. That being said. So let's move on to the next game that I'm on. I'm on Coppin State -1. Let me pull this game up. See what they're playing. Mount St. Mary's, and Mount St. Mary's made the move to the Metro, which is a conference that I love to bet on. It's one of my favorites to bet on. Some people call it the MAC, the MAAC. I call it the Metro just because you got MAC. You're thinking Bowling Green and all that. So, I'm curious to see how Mount St. Mary's is going to do in this Metro. Coppin State started the season off. They're 0-2 already. They lost to Georgetown, but they lost in overtime to Georgetown. So this team's got some. They've got some. They can hang. They can hang. They did get beat pretty convincingly by Charlotte the other night, and but Charlotte is a decent team out of the Conference USA. So, but I do like them today. I just think that Mount St. Mary's doesn't have the bigs to match up with Coppin State. Is basically what it is. And Mount St. Mary's moving into the Metro. I expect them to be bottom feeders in the Metro, to be honest with you. Monmouth left to go into the Colonial. That's going to be interesting to see because I don't think they have the talent to compete in the Colonial. But when you get into conference play, anything happens. Conference play. So move on to the next team, and I have a unit on that one as well. All right, this next game is a game this is a game that I put a half a unit on the first half and a half a unit on the full game. I took Charleston, and Charleston out of the Colonial. They won their first game against Chattanooga. They won by 6. This is a team. They're not. None of these teams that they play in the Colonial are going to be anybody that can compete with Armando, but they do have the size to be able to, not the size, but they do have the interior that can make Armando's not as much Armando. He didn't have a good game for North Carolina. He had a decent game, but nothing like we're used to seeing out of him the other day against UNC Wilmington. But I just think Charleston hangs with him, man. I really do. I think that these are teams that North Carolina is going to be looking past. I'm saying Armando because I can never pronounce his name. Is it Baycott? Bacot? How the hell you even pronounce his name? I guess it's Baycott. But yeah. So that's where I stand on this. I think the Colonial is just a good team, good conference in my opinion. They're nothing. They're nobody that's going to make runs into the NCAA come March. But they're teams that are going to be competitive. No matter who they play, they're going to be competitive. And with this line, I would have liked this line to be, 23, 24, like we had with UNCW. But I think that the books learned their lesson on that one and lowered this line. I think 20 is pretty sharp. 19 and a half now. I got a 20 and a half. I just think that that Charleston covers this. I got 20 and a half and 11 and a half first half, and I took both halves at half a unit. So, um, where's the cotton? What are you talking about, bro? Oh, baked cotton. Gotcha. Let me see what we got going on here in the chat. Sorry, guys. I got so many games. I'm just running them all out. Took the spread. All right. So this Boston College game over. Did we end up hitting the under on this one? Let me just take a look. I mean, I don't see how it would have gotten over. 136. Very good. The funny thing about it is, I think this line closed at like 136 on the total. I think I saw that on FanDuel before the game tipped off. I might be wrong. But anyway, so yeah, I got the cover on that. I needed that one. A couple of units on that one. Start the day off good. I'm happy. Tori, you got Wake right on, bro. You got Houston right on, bro. You got UNC first half. Okay, I can respect that, man. I can respect that. And hopefully, I don't want to say hopefully because I took Charleston, but I only took him for a half unit. I'd like to see you win 675. More than me winning a half unit. So I'm with you there, Tori Cougar, but just letting you know what I took. All right, so come on, man. I'm slow. I'm slow, Stoney. I rode that short bus, man. I can show you my helmet. I think I got it up in the closet still. All right, next game up, Nova. Nova's, if you're like, Tease, why are you betting on Nova? You just told us to stay off of Nova to start the season. Well, I'm betting on Nova because they're playing another Big Five team. Back in the 80s, there was Philly teams. There was the Big Five. There was Drexel, LaSalle, Temple, Villanova, and St. Joe's. These two teams played a series, or these five teams played a series, and they were very competitive, and it was pretty awesome. They played usually when they'd have Big Five double headers on Saturdays at the Palestra. I remember going to them as a kid, man. They were fucking awesome. So, the rivalry's still there. But this Temple team just got bashed. I mean, bashed the other day. So let me pull that stuff up. I'm slow today, guys, man. I don't know. It's a rainy day here and it's just nasty and I'm just slow today. So bear with me while I look for this game. Here it is. Villanova Temple. Yeah, Temple got crushed up by Wagner. Not crushed up. It went to overtime. But it's funny because I liked Wagner in that game, but I just didn't have the balls to bet him. And I hate that. I hate that when I like a dog and I don't have the balls to bet them, man. It really pisses me off when they turn out to win. So, but I do expect this Temple team to be competitive. But Villanova, they're the 16th ranked team in the country. They probably shouldn't be that high, but at the same time, they should be able to cover 2.5 against Temple. If they're not up by at least 5 to 10 points at the half, Villanova's got serious problems. They're still missing their Justin Moore. He probably won't be back until maybe the holiday tournaments. If not, then definitely conference play. And I was about to say Cam Reddish. They're still missing Cam Reddish. No. They're still missing. You have to give me a second here because I can't remember his name. Caleb Daniels, the freshman, and this dude is going to be a star, man. Wait till you guys see him. He's a friggin' baller, for real. But they still have whatchamacallit, they still have a veteran presence with Chris Archidiakono, whose brother was playing for Chicago. I don't know who he does now. He's from the 2017 national championship team for Villanova. And Cam Whitmore. Sorry, Cam Whitmore. That guy, the freshman. That's who I'm talking about. Cam Whitmore. Sorry. See, there I am, slow again. I said Caleb Daniels. I meant Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore is going to be a beast, man. He's a forward, freshman forward. He hurt his thumb. He's been out, and he should be slated to return shortly. Probably, I'd say in the next week or two. And I really can't wait to watch him play as Villanova goes into these holiday tournaments and let the nation get a glimpse of him, because he's a baller for real. So Villanova first half -2.5 on that. All right. What was the next one we were doing here? Coppin State, already talked about that one. Charleston, already talked about that. Baylor's taking on who the hell Baylor taking on? Damn it. I hate not having like everything just right in front of me. I apologize, guys. Baylor, you guys probably know. You're probably like yelling it right now at the screen. Baylor's playing such and such. Tease, wake up, bro. Why the fuck can't I find this? I got my notes all scrambled around. Anyway, Baylor -15, man. They're the number one team in the country for some. It's not a fluke. We saw them roll first game. I think they roll this game too. Until it's another team that I'm going to take first half until they lose. It's just one of those things. Like tonight, take the Knicks first half until they lose. Chris Brady, what's good, bro? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. My helmet sleeps on my nights. Man, Stoney. I love you, bro. You're fucking awesome. All right, next game, Chicago State and St. Thomas. I took the over. I got it at 144 or 144 and a half. I can't remember which. Let me take a look at that. But I only took it for a half unit. I got it at over 143 and a half. I think it's at 144 and a half now. St. Thomas is one of those teams that's good behind the arc. I think they play a fast-paced game. I think we're going to see a lot of, they're an over-type team. So, and I didn't watch them on Monday because obviously they're not a team you're going to see on TV. Haven't seen a lot of video on them this year. I'm going off of last year, so I only put a half unit on it, just to let you know. It's just one of those things. Okay, and I do have Wake. In my action here, action app. So I actually got Wake at -4 going against Georgia. Georgia was a team that was kind of a bottom dweller of the SEC. Wake has a lot of new pieces, but I did get a chance to watch them the other night, and I like what I'm seeing out of them. Are they going to be, an ACC contender? Probably not. They're still that third school in North Carolina in the ACC. Nothing's changed there. There's nobody that's going to set them up, even though with the addition of Andrew Carr, he's just not. I'm curious to see how he does in the ACC. I think he'll do well. He'll hold his own, but he's not going to be a standout. You know what I mean? They don't really have that any standout player with Wake, but I do like them. I do like them over Georgia. I don't think Georgia. It shouldn't be a blowout, but Wake should be able to cover the number, especially the 4.5. What you guys have gotten. That's definitely a number that an amount that could be covered. The only question that I have in this game is with Jao Atuka. Jao Atuka, where's G Martinez at, man? To make me to get on me about saying names here. Jao Atuka, he's out with a knee, so they're going to be missing something in the guard position there. But other than that, I don't see Georgia covering at least the first half. Maybe the full game. I'm a first half guy, so that's where I'm at. Full game or first half. Sorry. And going down to my next pick, I have Xavier. Xavier minus 9.5 in the first half against Montana. I have to bet against Montana after that showing the other day that they had. Uh, you know, I just don't see them being able to compete with Xavier. I mean, they played Duquesne and got friggin' crushed. I mean, absolutely crushed. So I can't in good faith go against Xavier in this situation. I do think that Xavier is definitely bigger on the inside. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, and it's just not a team that I can see Montana being able to hang with, especially um, after getting blown out by Duquesne. Not that I think Duquesne's not a decent school. They're gonna be up there. They'll be up in the top of the A10 come March. You know, I would project them at probably a 1 to 3 seed in the tournament for the A10. So just to let you know, that's where I think Duquesne stands. You know, I don't think Duquesne's as bad as people think. You know, and just watching them and seeing who they have returning and who they've had transfer in, I just think that they're a decent team. There's our guy Andrew Carr. Just got done talking about you, bro. My guy. Oops. All right. So, all right. Let me move on to the next game I have, and the last game that I have so far. If I post any more, I'll post them on Twitter. I have the over 144.5, Long Beach State, UCLA. This is going to be a fast game. I can tell you that right now. The line, I believe, has moved down. And once again, I apologize that I don't have the banners up to show you what the lines are at, where the lines are at now. But I can tell you. Just need to find it. That's all. But I believe it went down when I looked at the lines this morning when I woke up. Well, this afternoon when I woke up, you know, I looked at all the lines to see where the line movement and see what went against me and what went my way. It's just something that I do. You know, I kind of like when lines go against me, and this is one that actually went against me, but now it's back up. It went down to 143.5. Now it's back up to 144.5. This game hits the over. In all honesty, I played the full game for a half a unit, and I'm going to play the first half. I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to put it in action, and I will play the first half, and that's over 68.5 for a half unit too. That will give me a unit on the game. But to be honest with you, this game last year, it went over the total, but it didn't go over the first half total. It kind of started out slow and then kind of picked up. So maybe I'll forgo the first half and just put another half unit on the full game total at 144.5. I kind of wish that I jumped in when I saw that at 143.5. If I should have jumped in for another half unit. Moneyline Cam, my guy, did you go over Houston play? Yes, I did. Recap it. You missed it. Oh, bro, rewind. Rewind. Houston, there's not much we can say about Houston, man. Everybody already knows about Houston. You know, it's going to be the Marcus Sasser show. I mean, the dude's a beast, man. He's going to be player of the year, man. He's going to be your Naismith player of the year, man. I've already got it locked in at plus 1,200. It's going to happen. He's the best guard in the country. So, and you know, Houston's got the bigs. You know, they're the number 3 team in the country for a reason. And at 12.5 points for the first half, you're giving me a value. Then I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it every day against the St. Joe's team that is that last year were I want to say they were at the bottom of the A10. Um, they're going into a hostile situation, but McGonigal Hall is not a big gym, man. It's like your high school. It really is. I mean, they'll be lucky to seat like 2,000 people in that gym. No bullshit, man. I've been there. Went to school there. I know how it is. So, you're getting a value with them full game at 22 and first half 12 and a half. Is that where the first half's at now? That's what I got it at. So I believe that's still where it's at. I don't think it moved at all. The full game's at 22, so I would assume that it's still at 12 and a half. Sorry, man. I got some allergies going on today. It's rainy. It's nasty. It's disgusting here. Cold. So, Tori Coker, thinking about first half. Baylor first half for 300. What do you think? I can't talk you off that, bro. I really can't. You've got two Texas teams that are 1-3 in the country, and I just don't see anybody sticking with them right now. The only way anybody sticks with them is if they have complete breakdowns, or if Marcus Sasser breaks his leg in the first half. That's the only way Houston doesn't cover. Knock on wood. I don't want that to happen. I plan on making a lot of money on them. But yeah, definitely add the Knicks, bro. They're knock on wood undefeated at home in the first half so far this year. 21 and a half at BetMGM. Yeah, take it, man. Take it for real. Dart thrower, my guy, what's good? Nah, bro. About 20 years ago, yeah, I was a party animal, man. But I got a kid in college now, man. I gotta pay for that shit. I can't be I gotta be careful with my money. But anyway, pass that shit. What's it? So anyway, yeah, man, that's where I'm at. I'll run down my plays real quick with you guys. I appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out with me. Let me listening to my retarded ass talk some college basketball because you know, I know I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I win money, man. That's what it is. And again, I apologize to somebody calling me out this morning at 3 a.m. about man, you're not 11-8, you're 11-10. I forgot. I didn't grade the Notre Dame shit, man. It's 3 a.m., man. It's 2 in the morning, man. I'm doing this shit. I'm looking at 100 games, man. Shit goes. Wasn't anything that I wouldn't have caught. Wasn't anything that I wouldn't have caught. I would have caught it. I would have fixed it. But anyway, all right. So let me run down for you guys. I hate to do best bets just because I'm a volume better, and when I give best bets, that's why I don't like to post like one or two plays on Twitter, just because I always lose them for some reason. It's weird, man. It's really weird. I like to play like when people used to want to buy my picks, I tell them just play all my picks. You're going to win money. If you play every single pick, you will win money, and I will guarantee that. So, and I'll even tell you what I played it at. Delaware -1. I got on a unit 110 to win 100. Connecticut first half -10.5, 110 to win 100. Houston first half -12.5, 110 to win 100. Gonzaga first half -6, 110 to win 100. GMU George Mason first half -4.5, 110 to win 100. Bryant, I'm sorry, 55 to win 50. Bryant +1 +100, 100 to win 100. Hofstra +126, 100 to win 126. Nova -2.5. I got 2 units on that, 220 to win 200. Coppin State, I got -1, 110 to win 100. Charleston, half unit, first half, -11.5, 55 to win 50. Charleston full game, 20.5, 55 to win 50. Baylor, first half, -15, 110 to win 100. Over St. sorry, St. Thomas, Chicago State, 55 to win 50. And I lost my place. I got a lot of plays today. And I got that at 143.5. So, but actually, I did get that 143.5. My fault, guys. But I still like it at 144.5. I do. I think I even wrote it at 144. I think I even wrote it down at 144.5 on the Twitter. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll put it out there at 144.5. Xavier, first half -9.5, 110 to win 100. Wake Forest, I got at -4, 1.5 to win, or 110 to win 100. Over in Long Beach, 144.5. No, that's the one I said I got. That went down to 143.5. Over 144.5, 55 to win 50. And I had Detroit, Boston College. I had 210 to win 220 to win 210 on, and that ended at 136. I had under 140. So there are my plays for today. I appreciate y'all watching, hanging out with me. Tomorrow I'll be up all night, man. I don't know if I'll do a video tomorrow. I will definitely post the plays, but Saturdays, college basketball Saturdays, that's a hell of a schedule. I haven't even looked at tomorrow yet. So, I'll definitely be burning midnight oil on this one, but I'll definitely post the plays for y'all. And like I said, hopefully DJ Big Boss, gets starts feeling better, and we can get up in there and share a screen together and talk some college basketball. T sends actual tickets in our private chat all day. Yeah, no, I do. So, I appreciate the love, Big Boss. I really do, man. DJ Big Boss, this is my guy, man. It's my brother. He knows me well. OG. Yeah, full game, man. Full game on Delaware Don play. I like it. I'm on it. So there are my plays. Don, did you hear the ones that I put 2 units on? Just to let you know. If not, man, DM me, man. I'll shoot you some plays. I know I give you a hard time, man, but I love you, bro. I appreciate your support. You're always there for me, man. And I really appreciate that. All you guys, man. I appreciate everybody being here. And we'll see tomorrow if I put out a video or not. It all depends on when I go through the schedule, what time the games are that I really like, and if there's things that I like for the late afternoon, evening, then yeah, quite possibly I'll put one on. I'll put a video on. I'll know that once I get done capping all the games, probably at 3 in the morning. That's when I schedule these things. It's like literally 3 in the morning the last two days that I schedule the show. So once again, I appreciate you all being here. Please bet responsibly. Let's cast some fucking tickets, man, and make some money this college basketball season. We're gonna make some money for real. I love you guys, man, and I'm out. Later.